Eeny, meeny, money, more. I catch a whore, I got her toe. And if you wanna let her go, you bout to see this chopper blow. I run this shit just like a game, I can't stop now. I got the film, I just can't hang around all your lame. Just last week, I just fucked your dame. Stacking another guap, let the body.
What's going on, everybody? Just to the end, and we're back with another trailer reaction. This time it's going to be for Morbius. The teaser trailer. A little known fact about Morbius is that he is, in fact, a Marvel character, specifically a Spider-Man character, and he is somewhat of not really necessarily a villain, but he did start off as a villain because of the nature of who he is. Now, what is he? He is a living vampire. He's a vampire in the sense that he likes to suck blood, blah blah, super strength, all that stuff. But he's not exactly a real vampire because he's not dead. Vampires are dead. He is not. What happened was he did a combination, because he's a well-known biologist with a rare blood genetic disorder. He combined his intelligence into finding a cure for himself, and he found an illegal way to do it. And so, you know, in secret, he fused his blood and vampire bat blood together, used a combination of electroshock therapy, and then injected himself, and then boom, he basically cured himself. But a side effect of that is that he is in effect a vampire, in the sense that he has this uncontrollable urge for human blood. Now, I'm not going to spoil, the whole story of Morbius, just in case they do this, but if this is anything like Venom, they're most likely going to turn him into an anti-hero, because they did turn Venom into an anti-hero. So instead of eating everyone, he only targets, evil people. I feel like that's what they're going to do. That's my prediction for Morbius, the movie, that they're going to turn him into an anti-hero, and that he's going to end up consuming only the blood of, villains and stuff like that. And, I'm also curious to know where this fits into the continuity of the whole Sony Spider-Verse MCU type thing, because we know Spider-Man is part of the MCU, but apparently the other Spider-Man, like Venom, is in a separate universe. It's kind of complicated because they're two cinematic universes as opposed to two actual alternate universes. So we don't know if the cinematic universes exist in the same continuity of the MCU, Earth 616, blah blah blah. We don't know yet. So yeah. But without further ado, let's just hop into this teaser trailer and let's see what we can unpack. Ooh, okay.
Michael, I've known you since you were a child.
He's always bullying.
You have a gift. You always have. If there's an answer to your disease, you'll find it.
I should have died years ago. Why am I still here if not to fix this? I have a rare blood disease, and I'm running out of time. This could be my last chance.
You're up to something. What is it?
It's not exactly legal.
Yeah.
I want to see you get hurt more than you already have.
This would be a cure.
At what cost?
That would be his girlfriend.
What's happening?
I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever.
Increased strength and speed.
Is it like the X-Men?
The
X2?
ability to use echolocation.
That's sweet.
An overpowering urge to consume blood. How far are we allowed to go?
And then it took me boy Spider-Man with the murder of...
Until the remedy
is worse than the disease.
Michael Morbius. Got tired of doing the whole good guy thing, huh?
What's up, Doc?
Okay. So that was the trailer for Morbius. There is a lot in this. We start off with, of course, his origin story. He like he says, starts off with he's a child. This entire movie is going to take place in New York City, of course, because, you know, duh. The Venom movie will be taking place in New York City, I believe, as well. But yeah, so the movie takes place. This movie, Morbius, is going to take place in New York City, and even in the flashback to when he's a child, in that I believe it's an orphanage, maybe, is also in New York City. We see he's, of course, since he was a child, he's had this, you know, rare blood disorder. We see right off the back that he's not extremely intelligent, but he's pretty intelligent, pretty smart. He's playing chess with whoever. And yeah, we see the progression of it. We see, of course, that he's studying. He's trying to figure out different ways. He's running out of time. And, you know, like I said, like I was saying earlier before in my little Morbius explainer, that he is, you know, of course, looking for a cure for himself and all that good stuff. And we do see his girlfriend from the comics. I forget her name. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. Morbius girlfriend. Oh, there you go. Martine Bancroft. Yes, it was her name. Fiance, actually. So, yeah. Her name is Martine Bancroft. And what's interesting is that they do point this out in the trailer when he's on that boat. See, what had happened was that in the comics, when he was doing the thing, because it's illegal, so he went to international waters, so that way if he gets caught, he doesn't get in trouble. Which is really smart, by the way. If you want to do something illegal, you may want to go and do it on international waters where there's, you know, there's no real jurisdiction. So if you get caught, more likely to be less likely to get, you know, arrested, that kind of thing. So, yeah. And back to the story. In the comics, he had the extreme bloodlust. And so so he can prevent himself from attacking his fiancée, he threw himself overboard. But that's when his vampire senses kicked in. And, you know, of course, the fiancée got away. But he ended up getting rescued by a boat of fishermen. And you see a version of that in the video, in the trailer, where he's on the boat and he's, you know, attacking those people. So that's my understanding of what is going on there. I could be wrong. Could be a completely different scene, but that is that's what I'm assuming is going on here. So they're doing pretty much, more or less, very keeping straight to, you know, his origin story, which is really good. I like when they keep to the origin story of the character, try to keep it as authentic as possible. And what's really good about Morbius is that he's one of those characters that is, I don't think they've really retconned or really redone his backstory much in the comics. I think he just has one singular backstory because he was created back in the 80s when the whole vampire craze was going on. So Marvel wanted to do their version of Dracula, which is funny because they already have a version of Dracula, but, you know, they wanted to do their own vampire thing. And like I said before, he's not an actual vampire, but yeah. And we do 2 more Easter eggs before we get out of here. What I really liked is that we did get to see a little Spider-Man Easter egg, but it's not the Tom Holland one. It's the OG Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit, which is really cool. And you have on display that it says Murderer, which is a tie-in to, spoiler alert for Spider-Man Far From Home, where he was accused of killing Mysterio. Quentin Beck, Mysterio. So he was accused of killing Quentin Beck, Mysterio, and so, boom, you know, everyone thinks that he killed him, thanks to J. Jonah Jameson and the DailyBugle.net, all that stuff. He's been branded as murderer, so that's why you see murderer over the Spider-Man. So I like that, how they did that, but it's kind of confusing for the continuity, because it's a Spider-Man suit that's for Tobey Maguire, but Tom Holland has never been in that version of the suit. Even his Homecoming suit doesn't really look like that, so it's interesting. The next Easter egg that we see is at the end is when we see Vulture, which kind of confirms him in the MCU because Michael Keaton's version of the Vulture is in the MCU, so it's kind of like a little question mark, curious as to what's going on. But you can clearly see that there's clearly setting up Sinister Six. I like when Vulture, he's like, tired of the whole good guy thing, and he calls him by name. He's like, oh, Doc, Michael Morbius, I see you tired of the whole good guy thing. What's up, Doc? Which is kind of funny because, the whole Bugs Bunny type thing. Which is, I like that. Notable actor that you see there is Tyrese from the Fast and Furious franchise, among other things. And he's playing one of the FBI characters. And I believe he signed on for a multi-picture deal with Sony. So you may see him in other Spider-Man, Sony movie, Spider-Man Venomverse. Well, let's call it the Venomverse because, it takes place with Venom. And we haven't seen full-fledged, fully formed Spider-Man in this one. So let's just call him the Venomverse for now. But in the Venomverse, you may see more of Tyrese. It's his FBI character. Maybe he may even end up becoming a bigger comic book character that we don't know yet. But this is just a teaser trailer. It doesn't give us a release date or anything. But it does say that it is in theaters in the summer. And I'm curious. I'm interested. You have my attention, Sony. Please don't mess this up. I'm begging you. But how about you guys? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, you can hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Sorry for the little setup. Sorry for the mess over there. I just had things to do. Didn't get time to. Whatever. Anyways, so post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. But at the same time, you can hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know how I can improve for you guys. Be sure to hit the notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. If you would like to support the channel, you can definitely head down into the description. We have patreon.com/short-to-the-end. Follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/short-to-the-end. I may stream later today. Not 100% sure yet, but be on the lookout for that. I am currently streaming Jedi Fallen Order. I haven't streamed in a while, but I will definitely get back to doing so. Maybe today. And if you just subscribe, if you want to pledge yourself, become a patron, you can definitely do so. There will be some perks. And the Twitch TV, and follow me on all the social media and all that good promotional stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Boom!
Niggas be bugging, nickname is Donna cause these niggas decking. Got 14 days, my nigga a fortnight. Guns that you blast, only on Fortnite. Chopper gon' grind you, niggas like port runs. Ho call me Batman, nigga the Dark Knight.